Still one of my favorite backing tracks because there's a few chords going on which invite you to be a little bit more sophisticated, right guys? Sophisticated. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what good backing tracks I can find. I have too many backing tracks, I think, by now. And there was one really cool one. I hope I can find it. Kind of the chords to Bird's Eye View, but then a really cool backing track, right? This one. right? So at a certain point, it's like, oh, it's always the same, right? I still love that progression. It's so beautiful, actually. C minor to A minor, then to G flat major 7. Thank you, George. So kind, man, so kind. Because of the internet, I know my place, right? I know my place. There's a lot of players definitely better than me, no doubt. But it's also players that can improve maybe a little bit. I don't know, guys. I don't try to compare too much, and I get the most out of it also in teaching things, right? So it's not about being the best player on the planet or trying to impress people. It's actually teaching. That's something, I think, the combination of teaching and playing, there I believe I can make a difference. And because you get better players than me, you're just better players. But when you look at their courses or their educational content, it's like, yeah. Or you have guys with cool educational content, but actually not really good players. You have so many things. I try to be a bit of both. Try to play well and try to teach also extremely well. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice expression. Yeah. So no, here's a surprise. I'm turning 50 this year. So 50. So yeah, by now you know that doesn't make sense, and even there's just, but it's just still sometimes. It's just sometimes when I see people following me and liking what I do, and I think like, I'm like not a Jack Gardner or not a Rick Graham, if you know these names, let alone Guthrie Govan or Alex Hutchins, or like, yeah, these guys made a complete career. They're like super pros, right? This is actually a hobby, right? I have a job outside of music. But why would I? Here's another track, guys. You can always talk through the chat if you want. I'll just play a little more. This is just A minor and D9. It's just simple, super simple. Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I think, and what you write is always to me like, oh, that's such a shame, in fact, because yeah, I feel kind of the same way. It's cool and all, and it's super technical, but yeah. And these guys are great to study or to steal some licks or stuff, but yeah, you're right. I agree, George. So this is A minor to D. What's up, my friends? That's too much jazz for you guys, I'm sorry. I kind of went from, after Greg, I kind of stumbled into jazz finally, and then I like jazz. I'm not a jazz player at all, but I do like some of the mental studies that jazz gives you, because it's like, yeah, if you want to call yourself a bit like a jazz player, you have to follow those chords, and that takes a bit of a mental practice as well. Like, oh, here's this chord. Oh, here's this chord. Oh, here are the arpeggios. Oh. Yeah, for me it was kind of a big exercise to get better in that. It's a smaller step from rock, from fusion to jazz, than from rock to jazz, because fusion already has a few jazz elements. So yeah, well, not so much actually. So lately I'm again listening more to Alex Hutchings. He's a UK player, maybe you know. He's a wonderful fusion player. He's not really a jazz player, but certainly a few, and he has cool lines. And I was studying jazz. I would listen to Birelli Legrand, which is a French player. Yeah, Alex is wonderful. Kind of typical Alex Hutchins, like for if you want a 5-1. Right? Like a 5-1. Or but I studied mostly Birelli Legrand, I would say. Try to study, because it's just insane. If you go on YouTube and you type in Birelli Legrand, you find a clip of him being 12 years old. And me watching that clip from a 12-year-old Birelli Legrand and realizing that in this lifetime I will never reach the level that he already had when he was 12. It's like mind-blowing, right? So it's interesting. So there's definitely guys that are absolutely born with a super innate talent. And then when they keep practicing, they get like, what? I'll always have probably that Craig Howe influence myself, but after so many years, I'm kind of doing my little bit more my own thing, which is kind of a combination of, as always, we always have just influences. Yeah, I will type it in the chat to make sure you have the right name. He's like, yeah, he's basically started out as a gypsy guitar player, and then also did some electric fusion, but mainly and bebop. He does everything. So if I'm studying pure jazz, I always try to do a little bit of Birelli. Try to get a new YouTube lesson of my friends this weekend. Had a busy week, so next weekend, typically on Saturday 5 p.m. Central European time, posting my new lesson. It's going to be about this is like a topic that a lot of my followers asked me for years to do, and it's about what I have called diagonal descents, which is where you descend. It's a descending line, but you go diagonally across the fretboard. Meaning, if we are in D Dorian, I can go. Interesting, right? Right? Normal players would go. Typically, rock players go in the other direction. They also go the three-note string guys. They go diagonally, pointing away from them. I go diagonally, pointing towards me, which is interesting because it basically prolongs your pitch descent, right? Because if you're like, right, like, if I do a diagonal descent towards me, my last note is a G. Rock player's last note is a B. That's an incredible difference. That means I can extend my flow, because you said nice flow of lines, George. Well, this is, I'm not gonna highlight that too much in the lesson, but that's kind of a byproduct of these diagonal ascents towards me. Meaning I'm dropping the pitch, but slowly, right? I'm slowly, while I'm playing just as much notes as rock players who go in that direction. But I still have a lot of room, right? Because I'm just here. My pitch wasn't too low. And there's much more advantages, because now I can surprise the listener with maybe now I do a three-note string descent, and now, right, I can get here in no time. So people are like, no, people are not thinking at all, but basically like, it's interesting. He was descending so much. How the hell did he get to that high note? Well, that's because I did a diagonal descent. If in that direction, to me, if you do in that direction, you never like, yeah, you can do these huge clumsy position shifts. But in my case, so it's interesting. And then, of course, my descent is not strictly down. I do like the all-time classic Greg Howe descent, which is you hear the cadence. Come on. What is it? So that's going to be the lesson, because it's just fun. It's just also a fun concept, right? Why guitar doesn't need to be always that. It's just like, why not have a little bit of fun and like, oh, it's interesting, and it teaches you very well can be a frustrating concept because people are typically, when you practice scales at first, you're like very much in this thing or this thing. Now you need to know a few patterns, right? In that direction, right? It's kind of, oh, interesting how the fretboard maps itself out when you require yourself to do these diagonal things. It's very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I love that stuff. There's only two patterns where it works really well, so I will be teaching those in this. There's only two. The rest is bullshit. The rest is like, oh, he's teaching a concept. Oh, interesting. No, bullshit. I never teach a concept if I didn't test driven it for years, and I know exactly where the best patterns are. I mean, everybody can invent concepts. They need to work, they need to deliver results, and I'm always teaching a few pathways where guitar is a very strange instrument. It's like, oh, here's a concept. Oh, it almost never works. Or it works everywhere, or it works almost nowhere. So it's interesting. So I don't know what the title is going to be. For the YouTube algorithm, I always have to have a fancy title and a thumbnail. They're like, because that's the truth, my friends. I cannot lie on the title, right? People have to see, oh, this is the title. Kind of understand the title. If you then talk about something else, that's just clickbait. No. You have to promise something and then you have to deliver on the promise. So let me see if I have a good title. Friends, if you want, I think I'm just tired, so that's why I might be just. How fusion giants actually design their lines. That's my working title. Because I think it is. I think they're using it much more than we think. Because because now it's a long line, but even in a very small amount, it's interesting. See? Here's the other one. Anyway. It's always nice. All right, my friends. I would say George probably has my arpeggio guide already. I'm always marketing my arpeggio guide at least, because now there's a Fusion Masterclass you get in the email. And then I'm introducing you my Fusion Identity method, which is my method. So if you go to my website, I only have one course left. All my Greg Howe stuff is gone, I think. But the Fusion Identity is cool because it's very small ideas, right? Yeah, Would be strange, George, after all these years. Oh, still haven't downloaded that free arpeggio. And I try to write a newsletter every week. It's interesting, there's thousands of people reading my newsletter. That is cool, that is really cool. Took me a few years to get to that level, but it's cool, and people are clicking on it actually and opening things. I can see that in my software. It's like, oh, interesting. I try to at least kind of point out to my new lessons things like that, so you can find them, because I'm not that interesting, right? I'm not that important in people's lives. So, but when you get like a newsletter, oh, he's got a new lesson out, let me click. So I'm sure YouTube does not, even if you subscribe, usually YouTube is not like recommending, right? I'm just too small to break through the noise, right? So that's why I'm writing a newsletter, so at least now I have a new lesson out. Just kind of toying around with something. Oh yeah, major. All right, my friends, I would say one more backing track. Let's see. Yeah, I feel a little bit tired, so I'll do a slow backing track. No, that's not the one. All right. Sorry guys, I need to... Still not feeling it's in D, right? Oh God. progressions, only one that's very standard, of course, a 6-5-1 turnaround. Then you have F7 in there. That's like a non-diatonic chord, right? That's an unrelated chord. So that's the moment where you just have to see a few shapes kind of help you to kind of address that chord, and then you can goes back to 6-5-1. It's interesting, that's how I practice, like so now my brain knows the F7 is coming, but I'm here. So I'm seeing immediately, seeing the chord. So if I'm here, so I'm trying as quickly as possible get into that chord sound. So like where was I? See, I'm just nothing else. I'm just seeing these. Seeing the chord shapes. And then quickly getting into that chord sound, then getting back out again. Back to 6-5. 6-5-1 is just C minor, right? It's just, you can just play C minor if you want. Or you can address these chords as well. Right, my friends, I would say thanks for watching. I have to do some other stuff tonight instead of sitting here. So George and the other friend here, take care. Make sure to download my arpeggio guide or go to my website if you want me as your teacher. Yeah. I kind of always hope for questions because I like to answer questions, right? I don't know why. Because otherwise I could just be sitting here alone in my room and jam. I just come online to see if there's questions or some interactions. That's much cooler than just sitting here on my own, jamming and explaining. I think for United States it's still too early, right? It's they're all at work. So if I think so, it's I don't know of this 8. Maybe they're not all. Hey, thank you, my friend. Thanks so much. I always like that perspective, right? That is weird. Oh. I just pushed my looper. Alright, my friends. See you. Have a great evening. Catch you hopefully later online. Bye.